For over 25 years, Eiichiro Oda has hidden one of the greatest secrets in all of manga and anime, the will of D. From Gol D Roger to Monkey D Luffy, from Trafalgar D Law to Blackbeard, and now Davy D Xebec. The D carriers are the storm of the world. They rise when the world government tries to silence them. They laugh, even in the face of death. But what is the D? What does it truly stand for? And why do the Gorosei and Emu fear it more than anything else in existence? In this video, we will dive into the final secret of the Will of D, from the Void Century to the rise of Joy Boy, to the shocking revelation in chapter 1159 that Rox's true name is Davy D Xebec. And we'll explore why the D might not only mean dawn, but a hidden clan erased from history. Stay with me until the end, because this theory will change how you see One Piece forever. The D is not just a letter, it is a mark of fate. Gol D Roger, the Pirate King, brought the world to its knees. Portgas D Ace, his son, inherited his will and died protecting his brother. Monkey D Garp, the hero of the Marines, carried the name even while serving the government he quietly opposed. Trafalgar D Waterlaw, a boy who survived the Amber Lead disease, defied a celestial dragon and carved his own path. And Monkey D Luffy, the boy who would become Joy Boy himself. Every D is destined to rise against the so-called gods. And every D leaves behind a story that changes the world. But here's the thing, not all Ds are heroes. Some are villains, some are tyrants, some are the greatest threats the world has ever seen. Which brings us to Rox. For years, Rox was a shadow, a legend, a man so terrifying that even Garp and Roger had to fight together to defeat him. But in chapter 1159, Oda revealed his true name, Rox Davy D Xebec. This changes everything, because suddenly the D is not just an initial, it's a clan name, the Davy clan, the family that may have stood against the celestial dragons during the Void Century, the family that may have inherited the true will of Joy Boy. And if that's true, then every D we know, Roger, Law, Luffy, Teach, may all be connected through this forgotten bloodline. Let's look at the pattern. Every D carrier has fought against the gods. Luffy versus Enel, the god of Skypiea. Law versus Doflamingo, the false king tied to the celestial dragons. Roger versus the world government. Rox versus the celestial dragons at God Valley. Even Jaguar D Sol, who defied the Buster Call to save Nico Robin. Coincidence? No way. The Gorosei themselves called the D the enemies of the gods. The world government has been erasing their history for centuries. Why? Because the truth of the D threatens everything they built. And now with Rox tied to the Davy clan, we may finally understand. The will of D is not random. It's inherited. It's the will of those who once fought against the so-called gods, and lost. Think about it. Why do the Ds always smile in the face of death? Roger smiled on the execution stand. Ace smiled as he burned in Marineford. Sol laughed as he fell to the ice. Luffy smiled as Kaido's thunderous strike seemingly killed him, right before Gear 5. It's not arrogance. It's not foolishness. It's heritage. The smile is the ultimate act of defiance, a way of saying, you can kill me, but my will lives on. This is the echo of the Davy clan, the last cultural scar of a people erased from history, a people who refused to bow to the gods, even in their final breath. One Piece rarely shows us the mothers of D carriers. Why? Because they may hold the missing answers. Portgas D Rouge carried Ace for 20 months, sacrificing her life. But Luffy's mother? Law's mother? Teach's mother? All mysteries. Oda shows us fathers. Garp, Dragon, Roger, but not the women. Because the truth about their lineage, the truth of the Davy clan, may be tied directly to those missing mothers. When Oda finally reveals Luffy's mother, she may unlock the final truth of the will of D. If you're still here, you're not just a casual fan. You're one of the rare people who loves the deep lore of One Piece. So drop a D in the comments right now to show you're one of us. And don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe, because when Oda finally drops the truth, you'll want to be here to witness it. The will of D ultimately connects to Joy Boy, the man from the Void Century who left behind a promise. The man who Roger was too early to become. The man who Luffy has now inherited. The D is Joy Boy's will, passed on from one era to the next, not just by blood, but by destiny. Roger said he was too early. Whitebeard declared the will of D would be inherited, and Luffy is the one who now carries it into the final war. The Ds are the flame of Joy Boy's dream, and that flame cannot be extinguished. But not all Ds are the same. Blackbeard is the dark mirror of Luffy. Both inherited the will of D, but one twists it for chaos, while the other embodies it through freedom. This duality is at the heart of the D light and dark, Roger and Rocks, Luffy and Teach. Both storms, but one seeks liberation, the other domination. Here's the theory. When Luffy reaches Laugh Tale, the true history will be revealed. The Void Century, the war between the Davy clan and the Celestial Dragons, and the meaning of the D. It will not be a random letter. It will not be a coincidence. It will be the ultimate enemy of the gods. And when Imu finally falls, the will of D will bring the world to its dawn. The will of D is not just a letter. It is a storm. It is the fire of rebellion. It is the promise of Joy Boy. And when Oda finally reveals it, the entire world of One Piece will never be the same. What do you think? Does the D stand for Dawn, Davy, or something even greater? Drop your theory in the comments. I read them all. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic One Piece breakdowns, theories, and lore discussions. Because the will of D will soon be revealed.